Hi everyone, I am R.B.UVANESWARI, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, A.D.M. College for Women, Autonomous, Nagapattinam. Today my topic, Operating System. Definition of Operating System. Operating System, a type of system software. It basically manages all the resources of the computer. An operating system acts as an interface between the software and a different part of the computer or the computer hardware. The operating system is designed in such a way that it can manage the overall resources and operations of the computer. Operating system is a fully integrated set of specialized programs that handle all the operations of the computer. It controls and monitors the execution of all other programs that reside in the computer, which also include application program and other system software of the computer. Examples of operating system are Windows, Linux, Mac OS, etc. An operating system is a collection of software that manage computer hardware resources and provide common services for computer programs. In this article, we will see the operating system in details. Operating system as an extended machine. At the machine level, the structure of a computer system is complicated to program, mainly for input or output. Programmers do not deal with hardware. They will always mainly focus on implementing software. Therefore, a level of abstraction is supported to be maintained. Operating system provides a layer of abstraction for using disks such as files. This level of abstraction allows a program to create, write, and read files without dealing with the hardware actually works. The level of abstraction is the key to managing the complexity. Good abstraction turns an impossible task into two manageable tasks. The first is to define and implement the abstraction. The second is solve the problem at hand. Operating system provides abstraction to application program in a top-down view. For example, it is easier to deal with photos, emails, songs, and web pages than with the details of these files on disk. The given diagram functioning of OS as an extended machine. Operating system as a resource manager. Nowadays, all modern computers consist of processor, memories, timers, network interfaces, printers, and so many other devices. The operating system provides an orderly and controlled allocation of the processor, memories, and I/O devices among the various programs in the bottom-up view. Operating system allows multiple programs in memory and run at the same time. Resource management includes multiplexing or sharing resources in two different ways, in time and in space. In time multiplexer. Different programs take a change of using CPU. First one tries to use the resource, then the next one that is ready in queue, and so on. For example, sharing the printer one after another. In space multiplexing, instead of all the customers taking a change, each one get part of the resource. For example, main memory is divided into several running programs. Each one can be reside at the same time. The diagram given below shows the functions of OS in Resource Manager. Computer systems, I/O devices, accident storage devices, and etc. History of operating system. An operating system is a type of software that acts as an interface between the user and the hardware. It is responsible for handling various critical functions of the computer and utilizing resources very efficiently. So, The operating system is also known as resource manager. The operating system also acts like a government because just as a government has authority over everything, similarly, the operating system has authority over all the resources, various tasks that are handled by OS or 5 file management systems as file management systems, task management, garbage management, memory management, process management, disk management, IO management, peripheral management, etc. Functions of operating system. Functions of operating systems are memory management, process management, file management, device management, deadlock prevention, input-output device management, act as resource management, time management. Generation of operating system. There are 4 generations of operating system. First generation, second generation, third and fourth generation. First generation in the year 1940 to early 1950s. In 1940, an operating system was not included in the creation of the first electrical computer. Early computer users had complete control over the device and wrote program in pure machine language for every task. During the computer generation, a programmer can merely execute and solve basic mathematical calculations, an operating system not needed for these computations. Second generation, the year 1955 to 1965. The first operating system was developed in the early 1950s for the IBM computer. General Motors has created the operating system because it gathers all related jobs into group or batches and then submit them to the operating system using a punch card to finish all of them. The second generation operating system was built on a single stream batch processing system. Third generation in the year 1965 to 1980 because it gathered all similar jobs into group or batches and then submit them to second generation operating system using a punch card to finish all job in a machine. The second generation operating system was based on a single stream batch processing system. Control is transferred to the operating system upon each job's completion, whether it be unexpectedly. The operating system cleanup after each work is finished before reading and starting the subsequent job on a punch card. Large proportionally operated machines known as mainframe were introduced after that. Operating system designs were able to create a new operating system in the late 1960s that was capable of microprogramming, the simultaneous execution of several tasks in a single computer program. In order to create operating system that enable a CPU to be active at all times by carrying multiple jobs on a computer at once. Multiprogramming has to introduce with the release of December PDP-1 in 1961. The third generation of mini computer saw a new phase of growth and development. The fourth generation in the year 1960 presented. The fourth generation of personal computer is the result of these PDPs. The generation 4 1980 present, the evaluation of the personal computer is linked to the fourth generation of operating system. The third generation mini computer and the personal computer have many similarities. At the time, mini computers were only slightly more expensive than personal computers, which were highly expensive. The development of Microsoft and the Windows operating system was a significant influence. In the creation of personal computer in the year 1975, Microsoft developed the first Windows operating system. Bill Gates and Paul Allen had the idea to advance personal computer after releasing the Microsoft Windows OS. As a result, the MS-DOS was released in 1981, but users found it extremely challenging to complex command. Windows is Now the most widely used well-liked operating system available. Following then, Windows related a number of operating systems including Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows XP and Windows 7. The most recent operating system. The majority of the Windows users are currently running Windows 10. Apple is another well-known operating system in addition to Windows. The operating system Zoo. Operating systems have been around now for over half a century. During this time, quite a variety of them have been developed. Not all of them widely known. In this section, we will briefly touch upon 9 of them. We will come back to some of these different kind of system at a mainframe operating system. At the high end are the operating system for mainframe, those room-sized computers still found in major corporate data centers. These computers differ from personal computers in terms of their I/O capacity. A mainframe with 1,000 hard disks and many terabytes of data are not unusable. A personal computer with these specialization would be the enough in this front. Mainframe are also making something of a comeback on high-end server for large-scale electronic commerce site, banking, airline reservation, and server for business-to-business transaction. The operating system for mainframe are heavily oriented toward processing many jobs at once, most of which amount of collection of I/O operations. They typically of 3 kinds of services: batch services, transaction processing, and time sharing. The batch service system is one of that process routine job without any interaction user present. Claim processing in an insurance company or sales. Reporting for a chain of stores is typically done in batch mode. Transaction processing system handle large number of small requests, for example, check processing at a bank or airline reservation. Each unit of work is small, but the system must handle hundreds or thousands per second. Time sharing system allow multiple remote users to run jobs on the computer at once, such as querying a big database. These functions are closely related. Mainframe operating system perform all of them. An example mainframe operating system is ZOS, the successor of OS 390. Mainframe operating systems are gradually replaced by Unix variants such as Linux. Server operating system. One level down are the server operating system. They run on server, which are either very large personal computer, workstation, or even mainframes. They serve multiple users at once over a network and allow the user to share hardware and software resources. Server can provide print service, file service, database service, or web service. Internet provide run many server machines to support their customer and website, use server to store the web page and handle the incoming requests. Typical server operating systems are Linux, Solaris, and Windows Servers family. Personal computer operating system. The next category is the personal computer operating system. Modern ones all support multi-programming. Often, programs start upon boot time and multiprocessor architecture. Their job is to provide good support to a single user. They are widely used for word processing, spreadsheet, games, and internet access. Common examples are Windows 11, Mac OS, Linux, and FreeBSD. Personal computer operating systems are so widely known that probably little introduction is needed. In fact, many people are not even aware that other kind exist. smartphone and handheld computer operating system, and smaller and small system. We come back to tablet like Apple iPad, smartphone and other handheld computers. A handheld computer, originally known as PDA, Personal Digital Assistant, is a small computer that can be held in your hand during operation. Smartphone and tablet are best known examples. As we have already seen, this market is currently dominated by Google Android and Apple OS. Most of these devices multi-core CPUs, cameras and other sensor, memory, sophisticated operating system. Moreover, all of them have more third-party applications than you can shake stick at Google. Has over 3 million Android apps in the Play Store and Apple has over 2 billion in the Apple Store. The Internet of Things and the embedded operating system. The IoT compress all the billion of physical objects with sensor and increasing connected to the network, such as bridges, security cameras, motion sensor and so on. All of these devices contain small computer and most of them run small operating system. In addition, we may have more embedded system controlled devices that are not connected on a network at all. Example include traditional microwave oven and washing machine. Such a system do not accept user installed software. So, the main property which distinguishes embedded system from the computer we discussed earlier in the centralized software will ever run on it. Few micro oven allow you to download and run new applications. All the software is in ROM. However, even that is changing, some high-end camera have their own app stores that allow users to install custom apps for in-camera editing, multiple exposure, different focus algorithms, different image compression algorithm and more. For most embedded systems, there is no need for friction between application, leading to design simplification. Such operating system may provide more support functionally such as real-time scheduling or low-power networking, which are important in many embedded systems. Systems such as embedded Linux, QNX, and VxWorks are popular in this domain. For serverly resource-concerned device, the operating system should be able to run in just a few kilobytes. For instance, RIoT on open source operating system for IoT device can run in less 10 KB and support systems that range from 8-bit microcontroller to general purpose 32-bit CPUs. The TinyOS operatings similarly offer a very small footprint, making it popular in sensor nodes. A real-time operating system. A real-time operating system are characterized by having time as a key parameter. For example, in industrial process control system, a real-time computer have to collect data about the production process and use control machine in the factory. Often, there are hard deadlines that must be met. For example, if a car is moving down on assembly line, certain action must take place at certain instance of time. If, for example, a welding robot welds too early or too late, the car will be denied. If the action externally must occur at a certain moment, we have a hard real-time system. Many of these are found in industrial process control, military, and similar applications area. These systems must provide absolute guarantee that a certain action will occur by a certain time. A software real-time system is one that are missing an occasional deadline, which not desirable, acceptable, does not catch any soft real-time system. Since meeting deadlines, a real-time system, sometimes the operating system is simply library linked in the application program. Everything and coupled are part of the operating system. An example of real-time application system ECOS. The operating system ZOO, real-time handled system, overall considered. Many of these list some soft real-time aspect. The embedded and the real-time system run one software, but put in system designer. User cannot add their own software. Smart card operating system. The smart card operating system run on smart card, which are credit card sized device containing a CPU. They have every server processing power and memory constraint. Some other powered by contact in the reader into which they are inserted, while contactless smart card are inductivity powered. Some of them can handle only a single function such as electronic payment, but others can handle multiple functions. Often these are properly systemed. Some smart card are Java oriented. This means that the ROM and the smart card hold an interpreter for a Java virtual machine (JVM). Java applet, a small program, are downloaded to the card and interpreted by a JVM interpreter. Some of these cards can handle multiple Java applets at the same time, leading to multi-programming and the need to schedule them. Resource management and production also become an issue when two or more applets are present at the same time. These issues must be handled by the operating system present on the card. Mainframe operating system. A mainframe operating system is software that manages all the resources and activities of large and powerful mainframe computers. The mainframe operating system is designed so that can handle multiple jobs simultaneously. To deal with a large amount of transaction is one of their features, which is used to large organizations such as banks and the government sector. For example, IBM Z/OS and IBM Z/BSC. The services provided by the mainframe operating systems are: first one, they perform operations like clustering and partitioning. They act as the base for extensive. They act as the base for extensive application. It divides the job into different batches. It provides data security and efficient task management. And last one, it performs a large amount of transaction. History of mainframe operating system. The existence of a mainframe operating system came in the 1940s. IBM was the major supplier of mainframe hardware and software in the year 1950, when very few companies bought it. A major innovation came after the introduction of IBM System 360. The existing mainframe operating system was improved by IBM in the 1980s by introducing new features. In the 2000s, IBM introduced IBM Z/OS and IBM Z/BSC. Application of mainframe operating system. Mainframe operating systems are used by government in domains like education, health, defense, and infrastructure development because of their scalability and availability. It is used by transportation systems like railways and airlines to manage their operations. It is used by enterprise that have a handle large database every minute because of its high processing power and flexibility. Used by banks and financial institutions to handle large amount of transactions made by credit card and other medium because they provide reliability, compatibility, and high security. Server operating system. It is an operating system designed for usage on server. It is utilized to give service to a large number of clients. It is a very advanced operating system that can serve several clients simultaneously. It is a more advanced operating system with features and capabilities needed in a client-server architecture or enterprise computing environment. A server is a computer that makes data available to other computers. It can serve data across the internet to system on a LAN or a WAN. For instance, a web server can execute Apache HTTP server or Microsoft IIS, which offer access to websites on the internet. Server operating system support and enable common server tasks like Windows, files, and database server, web server, mail server, application server, and print server. It is an advanced version of the basic operating system, and its server client computers request on the network. It has all of the functionality needed to work in a client server computing environment. Types of server operating system. There are various types of server operating system. Some of them below. First one, Windows operating system. The Windows operating system is a family of the operating system that is developed by a Microsoft Corporation. It allows the user to play games, videos, music, store the files, run the software. It was developed for both personal and professional works. The Windows OS series contain other series, including Windows 2000, Windows 2003, and others. It offers virtually memory management, a graphical user interface, multitasking, and support for various peripheral devices. Microsoft offers Windows operating system for this desktop operating system, server, and mobile devices. It's again one, Linux operating system. Linux is a type of free software that performs all of the features of Unix. Version 0.11 was released in the year 1991. Originally developed by students from Phoenix universities, Linux is a fantastic operating system. It is open, allows multiple users, multi-process, multi-thread, has good real-time performance, is powerful and robust, and is available for free through the CNS Free Software Foundation under the GPL. The OS software package also contains application software like a text editor and a high-level language compiler, which allows the system to be controlled via windows, icons, and the menus. The third one, Unix operating system. Unix began a time-sharing OS for small computers, but they have now developed into one of the most popular operating systems in a client-server environment. It is written in the C language, and the C language abbreviation supports several platforms. Unix has been ported a large number of machines than other operating systems. Unix OS is a multi-user operating system that offers built-in TCP/IP functionality and great stability and security. At the moment, the Unix operating system is used more than 90% of the numerous sites that provide services on the internet. Unlike other operating systems, Unix is sold by different vendors. There is no true Unix. On the other side, effort to create a standard Unix version. There are various identical and imperfect versions. Network operating system. It is a server-based network operating system that need the use of dedicated server in the network. In early computer network, the NetWare operating system was widely used in the local area network, that is LAN. Noble developed in the year 1980s. NetWare series operating system will support multiprocessor and large capacity physical memory management. It mainly offers shared file access and printing services and support for the high scalability of corporate. Network via open standard and the file protocols. Network version 2 and 3 are primarily used for LAN-based file and print server that use the packet exchanging protocol and managed via menu-driven MS-DOS programs like F console, P console, etc. And then system console, file, monitors. Network 4 provide a more scalable solution through Novel Directory Service (NDS). The hierarchical NDS enable user to discover and utilize share resource regardless of their actual location on the network. Network 5 is the latest version of network operating system. It contains native Internet Protocol (IP), Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol (DHCP), Domain Name System (DNS), and a new multiprocessing kernel with a virtual memory support. And fourth one, Red Hat Enterprise Linux (RHEL). It is a commercial Linux distribution created by Red Hat. Red Hat Enterprise Linux is available in the server and desktop editions for x86 to 64. Other IAS. The Red Hat Enterprise Linux platform is the center of all official support and training from Red Hat and the Red Hat certification programs. Personal computer operating system. A personal computer operating system provides a good interface for the single user. Personal computer operating systems are widely used for word processing, spreadsheet, and internet access. Personal computer operating systems are made only for personal use. You can say that your laptop, computer system, tablet, etc. are your personal computer, and the operating systems such as Windows 7, Windows 10, Android, etc. are your personal computer operating system. And you can use your personal computer operating system for your personal purpose. For example, chatting with your friends, using some social media sites, reading some articles from the internet, making some project through Microsoft PowerPoint, any other programs, designing your website, programming something, watching some videos and movies, listening to some songs, and many others. Examples of personal computer operating system. Here is the listed below the famous of computer operating system: Android, Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows XP, and so on. The first of the above mentioned personal computer operating system, Android, is the most well-known and widely used operating system worldwide. This operating system is used in smartphones. Let me tell you about Android's power. This operating system controls 71% of OS market among all mobile users worldwide. In terms of smartphone operating system by Apple, control approximately 28% of the global market. Others such as Windows, Mac OS are used on laptop or desktop computers. When it comes to desktop computers, Windows 10 is the most popular operating system. Windows 10, like Android, is used in newly 71% of Windows desktop and laptop users. I only compare Windows PC or laptop because I was discussed the specific version of Windows, namely Windows 10. And when it comes to all devices, Android is the most well-known, accounting for approximately 42% of the global market, followed by Windows 30%, iOS 18%, Mac OS 6%, and Linux 1%. To be honest, the Linux operating system is the most secure, fast, and best for professional hackers and administration. People prefer the Windows operating system as their primary operating system because it is so simple to use. However, you understand Linux. Believe we when say that we will never switch to another operating system, whether it is desktop or a laptop. Thank you.